Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, this certainly wouldn't be much fun because I'd be here talking to myself. Now, it's Thursday. We're getting close to that 3-day weekend, and of course, we won't see our Dallas Cowboys tonight, but I'm okay with it. We would have seen Awuzie, we would have seen Woods, and we would have seen Switzer out there playing and so on, but it was the right thing to do to cancel the game. They're putting on a telethon tonight, so that way people can help donate. Because in the end, when you think about those Texans players who have been in Dallas since Sunday, watching and hearing and everything that's going on in Houston and the coast there, you feel helpless. You know, your family's there, your friends, everything that you know is falling apart, and you can't be there for them. I mean, when you start thinking about, we know about 29 people that have died. I mean, to be quite honest, that's, a lot less than it could have been. But you've got a chemical factory that's there that basically, they're saying it's going to blow up. Without the refrigeration on those chemicals and stuff, it's just a matter of time. There's already a smoke plume that's there. You're talking about 2 million pounds of pesticides and things that have been released into the environment. And when you have that much flooding, think about it. The sewer lines are inundated, so you're talking about sewage that's in there. Hell, there's colonies of floating red ants, fire ants, that are just looking for a home. They're basically making themselves like a giant boat to find something to cling on to for survival. It's major devastation, and the Texans players should be there with their families and helping out where they can help out. And I'm glad to see our Dallas Cowboys are doing the telethon. You've got the players, Dez Bryant and Zeke and Dak, and all these guys are donating to the cause. Jason Witten is putting a suit of his up for auction. These are all fantastic things that the NFL and the players are doing. And there's a lot of this stuff that happens with, I know personally because I work with United Way. In fact, next week I'll be up in New England, but we'll talk about that later. But it's times like these that we all need to come together and really look out for Americans because, we're Americans. So I'm happy that they're doing the right thing on it. Like I said, we'll miss some valuable playing time for some of these younger guys, but we've already had 4 preseason games. If you haven't learned it about them yet, you're not going to. So today, instead of playing a meaningless game where the veterans wouldn't be doing anything, we're talking about them practicing for the New York Giants. And I know, you trolls out there probably hate that. They're going to say that the Cowboys had an unfair advantage because they had some extra time to rest before the game. They had extra time to practice before the game. So if you guys want to use that as an excuse if the Cowboys win, I'm fine with that. And speaking of excuses, it's day number 3 of the Zeke Elliott hearing. So we're in uncharted territories as far as appeals go. I don't really think that Henderson is going to be able to rule tomorrow with 3 days of testimony, and with the NFLPA and all that, bringing in all these witnesses and stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff to go over. We're talking already 20 hours of testimony that's gone in there. Between Zeke, the witnesses, the NFLPA going over the rules, the regulations, and all that. There's a lot to respond to, and I doubt that having another day today that the NFL is going to be able to respond that quickly. But I don't think that Dak and their camp think that it's going to change the NFL's position. What I think they're trying to do is, what they're trying to do is basically set it up for the next step. They're going through and saying, hey, we provided umpteen witnesses that all say her testimony is not credible. Only thing the NFL has is Tiffany Thompson's testimony over here. They're going to say the police department, the district attorney, couldn't find enough evidence to even make a charge, much less a conviction, yet the NFL is over here saying that he's guilty. And it's the one thing that really bothers me. It's guys like Stephen A. Smith. and even the NFL where they're saying the victim. Right now, it's really the alleged victim. Zeke Elliott is the alleged perpetrator. Since that report has come out, so many people have basically said he's guilty. But see, here's the thing. In our country, you're innocent until proven guilty. He has not been proven guilty in a court of law. I don't know what happened there, so don't go ahead and say, if it comes out that he had domestic violence, man, please throw the book at him. But as far as the law goes, he's not guilty. He's not. But the NFL will always say, the victim. Stephen A. Smith keeps touting about 3 different times that he beat her, did this, that, and the other, on the 19th, on the 20th, on the 21st. By that side, but is it proven by a court of law? It's not. So when Stephen A. Smith says he's guilty and this time, well, Lucky Whitehead looked guilty too, didn't he? There have been people who've been on death row and executed who looked guilty, and then they found out, oh, our bad, wrong guy. And I'm just saying that there's too much stuff there to doubt. But again, the NFLPA is setting it up for the next step. When they take it to court, they're going to go through and have a litany of things. The NFL did this, and this, and this, and this, which is against the collective bargaining agreement as well as our judicial system. And this is more than just about Zeke Elliott. Like I said before, Zeke is just a pawn. What they're going after is the commissioner's power, and they're looking to try and take this eventually to the Supreme Court. That's what they wanted to do with Tom Brady. Tom Brady just said, you know what, enough of it. I'm tired of it. Let's just drop it. But ultimate goal of the NFLPA is to get this to the Supreme Court and go after that collective bargaining agreement. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. They were tight-lipped about everything yesterday, and it'll be interesting that after the hearings are all over, how much stuff starts falling out of there. So as always, friends, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you here soon.